Adopters really notice the behavior of sheltered dogs, and that's one criteria they use when deciding whether or not to adopt a dog. Inappropriate behavior can be a deal breaker for some adopters and can prevent dogs from finding their forever home. You can help the dogs at the Lawrence Humane Society find a home by teaching good behavior and training simple skills. The focus of this section of the video will be to teach you how to safely decrease problem behavior and increase good behavior. When teaching dogs, it's important to remember that every behavior a dog does happens for a reason. Dogs have learned to use bad behavior, like leash pulling or jumping, because it's paid off for them. They've gotten something they want in the past when they do those behaviors. The Lawrence Humane Society never recommends using training techniques that might hurt or scare a dog to change their behavior, such as shock collars, choke chains, or yelling or hitting a dog. Instead, safely and humanely discourage unwanted behavior by making sure that the behavior doesn't pay off anymore. For instance, if a dog's jumping, he may be doing it for attention. You can decrease the jumping by withholding attention and ignoring the dog for a few seconds each time he jumps on people. It's not enough to tell the dog what they shouldn't do. We also need to teach the dog what we want them to do instead by rewarding a good behavior that will replace the unwanted behavior. In fact, you should focus on increasing good behavior and ignoring bad behavior. Providing lots of praise, petting, and treats for good behavior will improve the dog's relationship with people and make them want to spend more time with us. Rewarding good behavior also teaches the dog skills that will help them be adopted. The most common problem behaviors we see in our sheltered dogs are jumping on people, nipping, and pulling on the leash during walks. Jumping and nipping are easy behaviors to teach. These behaviors tend to be play behaviors, and dogs will often learn to do them when they're puppies. People give lots of attention and play with dogs when they're jumping and nipping as puppies, but don't know how to handle the behavior when the dog gets bigger or the behavior becomes more severe. Most often, the dog jumps or nips for attention or food. Whenever jumping or nipping occur, ignore the dog completely for 3 to 5 seconds each time they jump or try to mouth or nip you. You'll also have to be sure the dog is learning how to get attention for being good, so provide lots of praise and petting anytime the dog is good, such as when they have all 4 paws on the floor, or when they're playing with you and not putting their mouth or teeth on you. Dogs that pull on leash often do it because they're trying to get someplace they'd like to go quickly. In the shelter, dogs pull on the leash to get to the yard to play. Decreasing leash pulling is simple, but it takes time and patience. Each time the dog pulls on the leash, stop and tell the dog wait. Wait until the dog becomes calm, then wait another 2 or 3 seconds. Praise the dog for good waiting, and then begin walking again. This approach takes time, but the dog will eventually learn that pulling on the leash actually makes it take more time to get to the yard than by walking calmly. You can help the dog learn to walk calmly on a leash faster by praising the dog every 3 to 5 seconds when they're walking calmly on the leash. In the following video, watch as the volunteer teaches the dog to walk calmly on the leash.
Good body. Wait. Good waiting. Wait. Good waiting. Good waiting, girl. Wait. Good waiting.
You can also help the dog learn other desirable behaviors, including waiting at doors and gates, using the bathroom outside, simple tricks like sit, shake, lay down, or coming back when they're called, or other skills like playing with toys and people, or learning to enjoy being groomed. Let's start by learning how to teach the dog to calmly wait when moving through doors and gates. Rushing through gates increases the chance that a dog will get out of their home after being adopted, which could result in the chance that they'll lose their home. Dogs that rush through gates often do it because they've never learned to wait. Teach dogs how to wait at gates using a 4-step procedure. First, approach the gate and stop. Next, tell the dog to wait. Third, open the gate. This gives the dog an opportunity to try to walk ahead without you. If the dog does try to walk ahead, pull them back and tell them to wait again. Stay here until the dog is calm. When the dog is calm and is no longer trying to pull forward, praise the dog. You can now give the dog permission to go through the gate. You should use a human-first walk, meaning you should lead through the gate, not the dog. Remember these 4 steps like this. First, stop. Then prompt the dog to wait. Next, wait at the gate and open it, giving the dog an opportunity to go without you. Only when the dog is calm should you go. This will teach the dog that they can only move through doors and gates when people give them permission to do so. You can practice this skill at all shelter doors and gates, but skip the first door in the dog adopt area when teaching this skill. If you try to stop at this door, it'll stress out the dog you're walking, as well as other dogs in the shelter. This will just increase the likelihood that your dog will touch another dog in the kennel and be difficult to handle. In the following video, watch as the volunteer uses the gate procedure to teach the dog to wait.
Wait. Good waiting. Good waiting, bro. Gotta shut the gate.
Potty training is another important behavior that new adopters want from their dog, and you can help teach dogs to potty outside. If the dog uses the bathroom outside, provide lots of praise and petting and attention. If the dog poops outside, remember to clean this up to prevent the spread of germs in the shelter.
Good waiting. Wait. Good potty, Della. Good potty. Come on.
You can also help the dog learn other desirable behaviors by teaching simple tricks or basic obedience skills. During your time in the exercise yard, try to teach some simple skills like recall or coming back when you call a dog. You can also teach other simple skills like sit, shake, or lay down. You might spend time teaching the dog how to play appropriately by running or playing with toys, or spend some time grooming and petting the dog in the yard. All of these will help the dog learn how to behave appropriately with people and will help the dog find a home. In the following video, watch as the volunteer teaches the dog during her time in the yard.
Good girl. Oh, hi, puppy. Come on. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? No. Oh, you smell the cookies, don't you? You smell the cookies. Oh, sit. Good sit, Tracy. Good sit. Oh, that's a good sit, pretty girl. Yeah, boy. Oh, good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? What do you think? What do you think? No, you're not a ball puppy. Oh, Tracy, come here. Come here. You sit. Lay down. Good sit. That was a good sit. Oh my. Oh, pretty good. Yeah. So warm. It's so warm today.
Some behaviors are dangerous and may need attention from expert trainers. If the dog you're working with is ever aggressive or bites, continues to jump and nip even after you've used the training described in this video, or shows any other behavior that makes you feel uncomfortable, report this to staff right away. The shelter trainer can spend time working with this dog to develop special training to address these behaviors. Finally, remember that the Lawrence Humane Society never suggests using any training methods that hurt or scare dogs to change their behavior. If you ever see anyone using these types of training methods, please report them to staff right away. We're all interested in helping our sheltered dogs find good homes, but these fear-based training methods are dangerous, inhumane, and ineffective. It's our top priority to protect the health and safety of our dogs. This section of the training video is now complete. Be sure that you've answered all the questions in your training study guide, and when you're ready, move on to the next section of the training video.